Good morning, boys. It's February 17th today, and just a couple of thoughts from our Old Testament reading from today. So, in this section, we have at least three places that talk about unintentional sins. So, verse 13, verse 22, verse 27, they start this way: If the whole Israelite community sins unintentionally and does what is forbidden in any of the Lord's commands, even though the community is unaware of the matter, when they realize their guilt then the sin they committed becomes known, an assembly must bring a young bull as a sin offering and present it before the tent of meeting. That's the same thing for a leader and also for any member of the community who sins unintentionally, and when they realize their guilt and it becomes known. So I think there's a couple of things to take from that. First of all, sin, whether intentional or unintentional, known or unknown, is still offensive to God and still needs to be atoned for. But then also that God graciously allows for that to happen too. So um, that He provides a means to deal with that sin, that even our unintentional sins that are offensive to Him block the way for us to have relationship with Him. But He makes a way for it to be overcome by these sacrifices. Of course, the ultimate sacrifice then being for Christ as well, and His sacrifice was sufficient for those of the sins of the whole world. And so, whether intentional or unintentional, he's paid the price for those things. And it was more than enough. It was super abundant for that. So, we are thankful for the fact that God has seen even our unintentional, accidental, whatever, even unremembered sins, and he's atoned for those things as well. What a great sacrifice and gift that is for us. Um, in Mark, just another thing caught my attention this morning too. So Pastor Pat, when he gives people an assignment to read through the book of Mark, he has them write down the places where Jesus's emotions come through. And at the end of our passage today, verse 5 of chapter 3, it says, He looked around at them in anger and deeply distressed at their stubborn hearts, said to the men, Stretch out your hand. So there were some Pharisees, teachers of the law here, who were scrutinizing Jesus for the things that he was doing on the Sabbath. And one of those things that he was doing was healing somebody. And so they were accusing him of violating the Sabbath by being merciful to this man. And he was distressed and deeply distressed, it says, at their stubborn hearts and angry because of that. And I think also that just shows the compassion that Jesus has, even for those he's angry at and deeply distressed at, that he wants their hearts to be different, longs for them to turn from their wicked attitudes and realize what he's come to do is to forgive sin, to cleanse from disease, and to make people whole again. And that shouldn't be a cause for them to try to accuse him of something wrong with that. So, frustration, stubborn hearts here, distress, anger, all of those things, I think, were things that Jesus experienced in a broken world where people stubbornly cling to hardened hearts against what God is intending to do with bringing redemption and recreation to this world. So that's good for today. We'll see you again, Lord willing, tomorrow. Bye.